Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeko. There is something I've observed with policymakers in Nigeria, those in the public sector. Whenever they want to make laws, they make laws that does not address the fundamental issues. They make laws that do not in any way address the root problems in Nigeria that can help us to curb corruption, destroy the opacity in the system, and enhance and engender transparency and accountability. I just saw the news flash by the CBN that for you to do your Form A in the banking sector, you must upload your 3A tax clearance certificate, as if that would be the solution to the FX problems in Nigeria. The truth remains, and I bear repeating it again, that the honest and legitimate demand for FX through the CBN window from M and from A had not been the problem of the forex instability and price instability that we have in Nigeria. What had been at the root cause are the criminal demands for the dollar, driven mostly from the public sector and their private sector funds. And if we want to tackle it, if we want to enhance price stability in Nigeria, we want to inject transparency in economic activities and transactions in Nigeria, we need to go deeper than the surface. And somebody asked that question: why is it that any law that is, any state that's a program that is supposed to be taken to enhance the welfare of the poor always drag through committees and commissions? But when it involves doling out largesse and welfare to those within the corridors of power, it goes with the speed of light. Within the space of 9 months, we've dished out almost 167 billion naira to members of the National Assembly, 469 people. First of all, it was 70 billion relocation allowance, as if they were homeless. Second one was 40 billion luxury SUVs imported. The next one was 57 billion rice palliative. But when it gets to the point of providing grants to students or loans to students, they keep on dragging. When it involves increasing minimum wage for civil servants, they keep on setting up committees upon committee. But when they involve the rich, when they want to make laws, they try to do things that will hoodwink the public, that will not address the cause. Let me address the root cause. For us to cut public sector corruption, for us to enhance transparency and accountability, do these steps. There's nothing there's no big deal in doing the right thing. Let the National Assembly amend the laws, the relevant laws. Nobody will be allowed to use dollar cash in Nigeria. If you want to use, if you're coming into Nigeria, negotiate with any bank, with any dollar buyer at any rate. It's an open market, willing buyer, willing seller. Sell the dollar, put naira, take naira, or put your dollar in your DOM account. Anybody who is seen with any dollar cash above $1,000 should be arrested by the police and prosecuted. 1 year imprisonment without option of fine. Let those who have their dollar cash go and put it into the system, because if you're caught with cash, police will prosecute you immediately. Number 2, let every account in the banking system, for you to open an account, if you've opened the account, you must go and link in your BVN, your TIN, and your tax identification number. It is very, very important. It should be compulsory, not optional. Number 3, for anybody who wants to register his properties, who wants to register incorporated company, or for those who are already incorporated, go and upload, was made to upload their BVN, their TIN, and their name as part of the registration requirement for landed properties, for cars, and for any luxury items. Very, very transparent, because we know that they launder monies through buying properties, using front, setting up corporations, using fronts as directors and shareholders. We know all these games. Make it that way, so that when the authorities key in the BVN, they can be able to see the transaction of somebody that has 1 billion naira property, to know whether he has turnover over the last 10 years that can even support that. Amend the laws when it involves financial crime. The onus, you are guilty until you legitimately prove that your source of funding or acquisition was legitimate. On that one, unlike other laws. Number 5, amend the CCB Act. Every public office holder and civil servants from grade level 14 and above must declare their assets and liabilities publicly in no ambiguous terms. And the CCB should establish an e-portal where this will be uploaded. And they will be giving codes, just like the way you give presiding officers codes to be able to upload result on IREF, so that they can use their hand to upload it in that portal. Before you assume office as a governor, as a president, as any whatever political appointee or elected person at all the tiers and arms of government, you must upload your statement of liability and the statement of assets, so that we know what you own and what you owe. So you won't criminally file secretly with CCB what you intend and expected to steal while in power. CCB should set up 774 offices in 774 local government area under a PPP agency arrangement to monitor and enforcement of this. And then such should be updated annually. 7, ensuring the whistleblowing provisions in the CCB Act. What is the whistleblowing provisions? Every Nigerian or any Nigerian that in their citizens advocacy or citizen advocacy obligation, if you blow a whistle that helps us to discover stolen assets, looted assets, laundered funds, those whistleblowers will get 10 to 20% of the value of whatever is recovered through such whistleblowing antics. By doing it, every Nigerian will voluntarily become an EFCC and ICPC agent. The policeman will become an agent. Your driver will be an agent monitoring you. The account officer in the bank or the teller that they will be used to move money from FAC and JAC account of states to private accounts will blow the whistle. When you do this, deterrence is the best form of corruption, and we know this, and they don't want to do it because these things will stop them from playing their yo-yo and games. Do the right things, and when you do the right things, this country will move forward. When we do all this and put in place these deterrent measures, everybody will sit up. With all these interventionist, ad hoc things, and of course I've heard people share it all over the social media. If you want to buy from A, you must upload your 3A TCC. How many people go through the Form A? Among the political elites, how many of them go through the Form A to buy dollar? Let us tell ourselves the truth. They collect the FAC, they collect the JAC, they collect the IGR, they collect the criminals from the overinflated contracts, and they go behind the scene and buy dollar from the Malams and the BDCs, and they put it into account and they wire it out of Nigeria. Or some of them will even loot cash and leave Nigeria. We've heard stories about some governors who will tell that they are going on foreign trip, allegedly going on foreign trip, and they will go with 100 people. And each of them will carry $5,000 or $10,000 cash in their body. As they are crossing over to the other side, they will collect those cashes and they will lodge it there. Let us stop deceiving ourselves. Those people who are buying from $2 from $2,000 from $1,000 from are not the reasons why we are where we are in Nigeria today. Those who are screaming out and creating the problems, over 60% of everything that is budgeted as expenditure in Nigeria annually are stolen, and that is the truth. We can't keep on deceiving ourselves. EFCC Chairman Oluko said it on the floor of the National Assembly that between 2018 and 2020, over 2.9 trillion naira were stolen through over-invoicing, and this is just a chicken feed compared to what is stolen nationwide, and we know this. So if we want to tackle corruption in Nigeria, we need to put in place legislative interventions. We need to put in place, physical interventions to plug the holes. The greatest anti-corruption fight is the one that it brings in deterrence. The Americans are not more honest than Nigerians. The Britishers are not more honest than Nigerians. But what keeps them on their toes is because they know. Obama knows that if he goes to the White House and eats more food and drink more champagne than he's supposed to drink or eat there, he will pay the bills. The laws, the institutions of the state are so strong and so stringent that you cannot bypass it and escape the long arm of the law. No matter who you are. It's a place where you don't have this kind of elitist gangster. Of course, there are one or two shortcomings in the Western world, but the laws of the land, the institutions of the state are so strong that if I want to know the net worth of Senator Graham, all I need to do is to pull up, do some little, and I'll find out. So we need to do the right things, guys. Don't whenever they do some of these little tests, the people will go and share it. Okay, today dollar is 1,375. Some of us saw it and we predicted it will come down to this. But remember that dollar was 199 in 2015 when the APC government took over. In fact, let me tell you of the truth. If they had done the right things and we didn't have the kind of monumental corruption we had over the last 8 years, dollar to naira should have been trading at 197 to $1. That it came down from 1,900 to 1,395 is not why anybody should clap or rejoice, because they met it at 199. They should take it back to 199, and then we'll now start clapping when it goes to 100. That is what it is, and that is what it should be. Tokenism will not help us. Let me tell us, One of the greatest problems we have in Nigeria is ignorance, mass ignorance. Many of us are so vested and invested in our religious awareness that we do not use our common sense when things happen around us to ask questions and interrogate facts and know what is truth and what's our lies. We need to dig deeper. We need to do that. This country is blessed by God. There's no country on planet Earth that has the kind of natural endowment that God blessed this country with. There's no country on planet Earth that has the kind of human capital that we have in Nigeria. Go from Europe, go to UK, go to America, go to most Nigerians in diaspora are doing marvelously well. I say it to anybody who cares to listen. When we talk about foreign direct investment, if we put the right structures in place, put the right physical and constitutional framework in place, if we decide today to do the right things, we can easily attract nothing less than $100 billion annually from Nigerians in diaspora. I tell you of a truth. The Nigerians and diasporas can fund whatever we want to do here. We don't need to go to beg somebody from Kazakhstan or somebody from Russia to come and invest here when we have the bulwark of those that can invest in this place and everybody will be happy. If we want to fight corruption, let us fight corruption. Making a law, asking people to submit their TCC before they buy from A, do it is just wasting our time. How many people even do from A in Nigeria? There's no politician in Nigeria that does from A. They know how they get their dollar and we need to stop it. Do the right thing. Apply the measures that we have recommended and you will see Nigeria get to the level we want it to go to. If we do the right things in the next 8 years, this country will become a top 10 global economy in the whole world. This country will be among the top G10 countries if we do the right things. God bless you for giving audience. Thank you.